Cards by Christine here with you for the September paper pumpkin. Even though it's October, I know. We ran out of days. Like, it happened. But anyways, so today we are here for paper pumpkin, and it is the fall for toile? I don't know. Apparently there's a way to pronounce that word, and it's maybe not that, but it coordinates with the bundle or suite from the holiday catalog. I think it's actually a super suite, which is so beautiful, and I am very excited to dive into this paper pumpkin with you today. And so just to get some housekeeping out of the way, we had 2 rainbows in Kansas City this morning. Amazing. That sounds so great. Thank you for sharing. So good morning to Susan and Connie, Holly, and Mary. Thank you so much for joining and being like Johnny on the spot this morning. So excited that you are here with me today. And we have the kit all ready to go. Very excited to jump into that. Just checking to make sure everything is fine. It appears as though everything's going well. So I think I'm going to get started already because we have an alternative that we need to knock out of the park. So let's get going, and we'll get into all the details in just a minute. Oh my goodness. So, how has everyone's, oh my goodness. Good morning, Linda. Thank you so much for joining. How has everyone's fall been going? We are, like I said, into October. September absolutely flew by, and October is on track to do the same. Oh no, I dropped that. Where'd it go? All right, well, we're just, Okay, well, I'm going to stop looking for something that apparently vanished into thin air. All right, so paper pumpkins, September. Do we have any spare kits? Very good question. There are 2 behind me, but I think they are spoken for. But, Lisa, if you want to reach out to Chris, we will let you know, okay? All right, so, and that information is right here in case you don't have it memorized or at the tip of your fingers. Okay, so we've got stamps. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Oh, and we have a cat. I am so sorry, friends. I don't know the cats' names. I mean, I know their names, but I can't tell them apart. So, crazy thing about me is I never grew up with a pet, like, at all. So I don't have this, like, natural affinity for pets and animals that, like, you definitely would if you grew up with pets. I didn't even have a fish. Like, we had nothing. And that's totally okay. It's just not something that happens. So, like, when I come by Chris, okay, so I have 2 boys, and they love cats. And they love to come here and play with the cats. But, crazy cat lady! I'm not a crazy cat lady. That's so funny. So anyways, I don't have it. Whatever it is, I just don't have it. And I like her cats. They kind of stress me out a little bit because I just don't, like, know. And the unfortunate thing is, animals can sense that. And, like, so I don't get the, like, lovey-doveyness out of pets that, like, their owners or, like, normal pet people do. And, like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's embarrassing a little bit, like, because, like, I don't know how to act around animals. And, like, I actually had a fear, like, a legitimate fear of dogs up until and through, like, high school. I've gotten over that. I am still afraid of dogs, like the bigger dogs, but like I know I can talk myself through it and down from it, but it's just weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. So look at that beautiful ribbon. I cannot wait to see what that is all about. But oh my gosh, holy man. Okay, so I just flipped it over and got to see. So here's the funny thing about Paper Pumpkin. So this is Chris's Paper Pumpkin. I get my own Paper Pumpkin. But I truly 100% don't open them until I'm live on screen with you. And honestly, I don't even like seek out or like go out to the groups to see what it is until I'm here with you either. So it's very surprising what I got in store. And actually, that might change. So Chris and I like large, I'm hesitant to interact with little dogs. So, okay, that's funny. I will speak to that in just a minute. Chris and I spent some time strategizing how I'm going to move forward with my business now that I'm running with it. And I have some really great ideas, and I'll let you know what they are over the next few months before I transition into them, just to kind of feel you out. But I'm so excited. I've got a plan for Paper Pumpkin moving forward, to gather subscribers and to build my community. So I think it's going to be really great. So once I get a handle on them myself, I will share with you guys. But for now, just know that in the next few months, things might change, and change in a good way. Change sometimes can be scary and frightening and terrifying. I just used 3 synonyms because I couldn't come up with any other words. But I think you're really going to like it. So anyways, the stamps that we have: wishing you the happiest of days, thankful, warm wishes, and thinking of you. We also have this beautiful ribbon, which I'm assuming is pecan pie, but I'm not positive. I just think it is. And then, oh my gosh. Okay, so these laser cut borders even have foil on them. So it's like a dark brown foil. It's so, I know, it's so hard to, oh, there we might have caught it. It's so hard to show off foil on a video, but man, that's cool. Then we've got a fox, some pumpkins, thankful, and some leaves. All right, then we have 3 different envelopes. So it's the same graphic, just in 3 different color tones. Very cool. Yeah, I think it is pecan pie. I'm just not certain. Okay, and then we have 3 different card bases. So this is the beautiful pattern of the Autumn Toile. Okay, so I'm just going to keep saying Toile. If anyone knows how to phonetically pronounce it correctly, if that is not correct, please let me know. I will do my best, but not trying to butcher it there. And it just so happens to be like the name of the sweet, the name of the paper, like sorry, guys. Okay, so here we have this card base. We also have a matte. Ooh, it also has the foil around the edge, and this has corn on it. We have another base. I think this is one of the patterns in the DSP as well. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so these are that brown. I'm guessing it's espresso foil, but I'm not positive. And then we have stamping going on these pieces. All of these have foil around the edges. And then very beautiful linen. Okay, so you guys, okay, more about me. You might know this. Chris has kind of talked about this from like the day I started helping her. I am like all about autumn. So my birthday is October 7th, which is next week, Tuesday. Crazy. This is like the craziest time of year for me. And as I've aged, it's gotten more crazy because now I'm a teacher, and my birthday, and my boyfriend has a huge fundraising event that always happens the first weekend in October. And it's also always World Card Making Day. Like, there's just so many things. The last few years, I've started like forgetting about my birthday because there's just so many other things going on. But anyways, so I have always loved fall, and just the beautiful colors and leaves and trees and nature. It's just so satisfying and so like calming. I love it. So anyways, I feel like I was saying something else, but that's where I ended up. So I'm going to try to sort things out with an exception of these because it's easier to stamp on things when they're still on their carrier sheet. Oh goodness. It's pronounced toll. Okay, so autumn toll, fall for toll. Do you think I did it? Holly, is that how it... Holly, that's what I thought too. Okay, toll. Is that right? Does that, like, okay, if you looked it up and they, like, said it for you, is that how it's supposed to be said? Oh, goodness. I'm trying my best, guys. So, another fun fact. This is just, like, Kelly 101. I don't like English. Like, obviously, it's the language that I speak, but, like, in terms of school subjects, it has always been my least favorite subject. I struggle. I love math, I love science, but English and spelling and, ugh, man, grammar, punctuation, not good. You need to pronounce the W. Toile. Toile. That might be it. So yeah, so I get all like stressed out about things like toile. Toile. Also, I have like no southern drawl, and I'm not saying it's southern, but like it makes me think southern. So anyways, we're just gonna, yep. So I'm organizing things. Toile. And so, oh, I need to put so on the brown, we have the corn. We also have the pumpkin and the fox. Then on the tan, yay, I got it. Now I probably won't ever say it again because that's scary. But thank you for helping me because I knew that it wasn't toil. I was quite aware that that wasn't how you said it, but I just wasn't how you say it. Say it. Anyways. But I just didn't know what it was. Okay, so thankful goes on this one. I think it's so cool how they include these printed pieces for when you want something white. Like, you know, just, it's nice to have the white option without needing to emboss. So I think that's so cool. Okay, and then we're gonna do stamping. Oh, Cajun. I got way too excited and completely like off my rocker. Cajun Craze is the stamping spot that is included this month. And we also got, so I pointed out the ribbon, that's for this card. We also got mini dimensionals and glue dots. And the coordinating colors are, oh, look at how well, so they photographed it with some very good like up lighting, so that you can see that really well. But contains supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes, and there are, you know, 3 different designs, and the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are Cajun Craze, Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, oh okay, I didn't pick up on that, Early Espresso, Pecan Pie, Timid Tiger, oh, and then Metallic Chocolate Bronze. Cool. Okay, so it's like, it maybe isn't quite as dark as espresso. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I'm hitting the light correctly for my eyes, probably not for the camera. That would help for the camera. But and it's, so it appears as though it's a dark brown. And then when you put it in the light, it shifts from like a greenish to a reddish, like a orangey reddish. It is so pretty. It's impossible to, oh, love the leaves. It's impossible to describe. So sorry that I even tried. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my black and my stamp pad. We're gonna bring them over here. Ooh, I sponged more color on my leaves. I like them brighter. Ooh, I love that idea. So Paper Pumpkin has been a class that I've been teaching on Chris's channel here for probably 3 years maybe. I love Paper Pumpkin. I love the kids classes as well, but Paper Pumpkin, I don't know. It's just something that has really spoken to me and that I really enjoy. And so I'm very excited to grow and build further on Paper Pumpkin. Spoiler alert, I'm going to start eventually moving this over to my own channel. So for those of you that haven't caught on in the last few weeks that I've been sharing this, I did start my own channel. It's called The Sunshine Stampin' Co. So go over and like and subscribe and all that good stuff. We've got lots of fun things in store. Chris is my cousin. I should take it even farther back than that. So she's helping me branch off on my own, and well, she would help you too, even though you're not cousins. She's just a selfless leader. Love her to pieces. So anyways, we strategized some ideas on what I can do and how I can, make Paper Pumpkin the best that it can be, make the kids' classes the best they can be, and how we can work together. Subscribe! Yay! Thank you, Holly! And thank you to everyone who has supported in any way, shape, or form. We really do appreciate the support, whether it's here or there or everywhere. And yeah, we're going to continue to find ways to bring amazing creative content to everyone. And I'm hoping to kind of expand on the alternatives that I typically try to do for Paper Pumpkin, and probably write up some tutorials for the alternatives and spend a little bit more time really developing that concept. So that's what I'm hoping to do from the Paper Pumpkin perspective. And then for the kids' perspective, I might do some, not alternatives, but kind of stepped up versions. So I'm going to stamp while I'm talking. So we've got the acorns are going to go on the smaller circle. Wishing you the happiest of days are going to go on the bigger circle. I have a little bit of a oops on this already, and I'm thinking of you down here with the banner going out to the right. So I'm going to start with that. So yeah, that is my goal. I just kicked off my business, and I'm going to start it with a collaboration with Chris. We're going to design a class around the new Advent calendar. So if you want to support the launch of my business, I would love for you to join me in my first class. And then, yeah, follow along as we go through the months. We'll be doing Paper Pumpkin and kits and all sorts of fun stuff. I'm very excited. This is so cute. I love the stamps. Of course. Okay, so I love autumn, so that was probably not a surprise to anyone. Oh, and then it also looks like we are stamping on the linen looking card base. We're stamping all the small little leaves, which is super cute. Thank you, Susan. I really appreciate it. I pray that through my new channel that I can not only build off of the audience that Chris has developed, so all of you lovely ladies, but also I'm hoping to bring some new blood into the crafting realm. So obviously I'm a little bit younger, so I'm hoping to kind of work towards introducing this amazing craft and this amazing community to young mothers and 20-something and 30-somethings. So that's my goal. We'll see. Okay, wishing you the happiest of days. I am a fan of this stamp. It's a nice big stamp, and it's very nice font. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm going to skip this one for now just because it's got that little blooper on it. And if, excuse me, if I stamp these other 3 well enough, I'm just going to ignore that. Although it is super tiny, you probably can't even see it from up there. And if that is the case, then I can probably just stamp right over the top of it. But as always, Stampin' Up! Included an extra in case we do have an oopsies, and we can use that for a different project or just recycle it if we've made it through our kit. Okay, so I'm gonna bring these over in the frame as well. So last but not least, we have the thinking of you, but you also could stamp thankful or warm wishes. Any of them would fit. Okay, so thinking of you. So, honestly, I think it's just a little bit of a misprint. There's like a black spot in the middle, or it might even be a like pulp of paper. And to be honest with you, I probably could have just stamped right over the top of it and just made sure that it was an area that got ink on it so that it wouldn't be so noticeable. And honestly, it's not that noticeable. But I just figured, seeing as how there was an extra, go ahead and just not use that one. Okay, thinking of you. Now, the banner end is going to the right, so we're gonna have to MacGyver this a little bit. So we've got the first one down, rotate, that one I stamped up pretty high. So if the other 2 go well, I'm going to skip that one. Now I'm going to bring my head in so I can do a little better. Okay, excellent. So, done with the stamping. We'll go ahead and clean up our stamping supplies. Great suggestion by Holly to sponge some ink on the leaves. Oh, just kidding. We're not done. We need to stamp on the base. So let's move this off to the side. Now we have 3 of these little micro leaves. I think what I'm going to do is arrange them in hopes that I can kind of just mount them all on one block, but we'll see. So we're going to put that down. If not, I will just stamp 3 different times. Okay, move that out of the way. These might not even be close enough together. I'll shimmy them together just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper down. Oh, thank you so much, Sue. You know, I try really hard to keep it light and entertaining, so I'm glad that you enjoy it. I really do hope that this is a fun new adventure for me. Okay, so I don't necessarily want to stamp the front and the back, so I'm going to try folding this. and see if that's fine to carry over the edge. Okay, and then we're just going to fill it in and rotate. Oh, I just completely missed the top. That's okay. Okay, and then the leaves are kind of prominent, so I'm thinking I should say the floral-ish leaf, the leaf wreath, whatever we want to call it. So we don't need to stamp into the middle. So I stuck my leaves on kind of in a triangle, and it seems to be working pretty well to nestle them together. So if you are interested in joining, or kind of like cutting down on your stamping time, which you totally don't need to do. Some people like to really take their time and enjoy the craft, and some people are more interested in just getting it done. So if you're interested in saving a little bit of time, you can mount your leaves together and then stamp all 3 of the leaf designs at the same time. Now, I don't know if that little spot of emptiness would show, but I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so just to save on time, I'm only going to stamp one of the card bases. I can do the other ones when I finish the rest of the cards. But there you go. There you have it. These little leaves are very versatile. Can add a lot of texture and beauty to your card. Now, I lied to you again, and for that, I am so sorry. But I also need to stamp some little birdies above the corn on this piece. Yeah, I agree, Melissa. I was very blown away by how simple of a stamp those leaves are and how nice that just a nice detail that it added to the cards. So let's stick our leaves back down, switch to our birdies, and then I promise we can move on from stamping. Oh, goodness. Okay. So then we've got birds in a nice little V formation, heading south to stay warm, running away from the winter, which I too wish I could do. That's okay. All right, so we'll nestle them right in there. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly do these other 2. Not because I won't have any other stamping to do, but just because that's a quick and easy one. Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for joining. I do not know if Chris has any left, but please feel free to reach out to her, and she can let you know. Okay. We have made it through. Whew, that was kind of like a marathon. I will say I'm a fan of, there's so many great printed elements. There's so many great laser cut elements, but sometimes our cards get not too far away, but, kind of far away from the stamping, which is like the bread and butter of what most of us fell in love with. So to have a bunch of stamped elements on the cards is a nice breath of fresh air. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the pile, and then we will get started. So first of all, we are going to do the tree card. So let's bring that one in. Okay. First step is always to burnish card base. Okay, and then the frame. This is going to be held up with dimensionals. So let's get our adhesives out. Oh, where's my liquid glue? Looks like we ran out. Oh goodness, are we out of backups too? Hold on. I'm a liquid glue gal, so I'm gonna have to go get some. All right, I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the glue dots like they suggest. I was gonna go get some, but you know what? If they say I should use glue dots, I guess I can use glue dots. Woo! My nails are getting a little too long. So for those of you that don't know, my day job, or one of my other day jobs, is I teach at my kids' school. I teach art and Phi Ed. So yesterday was an art day. And Wednesdays are also church days. So this year, the preschoolers started going to Mass with us, which has been great. But because I don't have a class, because I have all of the students, I help out the preschool teacher. We have just about 20 preschoolers on Wednesdays. So we've got a group of 4 specials or teachers that help out with the preschoolers. And they are doing so great. I'm so proud of them. And just out of the blue yesterday, this one sweet little girl, she leaned over and said, "I love your rainbow glasses," which that was adorable and cute. But she later leaned over and said, "Ms. Lamb, you need to trim your fingernails." It was completely out of the blue. Like, I wasn't even, she was one person away from me. And so it's just funny, the things that go through their little minds. It was so cute. Last week was just even better. So, different girl this time. We were right at the end of church, and she leans over and says to me, "Mrs. Sheep, are we almost done?" Okay, so my last name is Lamb. And I just about busted a gut. I was like, I didn't correct her, because it's fine. But it was so cute. "Mrs. Sheep." Oh, good stuff. All right. Then, thank you. So after church, I went and told all the teachers, like, "Oh my gosh, you won't believe what this kid just said to me." And it was sufficiently hilarious. Everyone got a good kick out of it. All right, so then thankful is going to be nestled down just beneath the bottom branch. It honestly looks like, and I'm not sure if they did this on purpose, it looks like it's kind of tucked behind these. So, I'm trying to, light is not so great, but there's a leaf here coming off the side and a leaf here that's hanging down, and you can put that sentiment tucked right beneath there, and that's really cool. Just adds an extra dimension. I know, it really cracked me up. I was So smitten. Okay, now we are going to take this coin basically and put it here. So we're gonna put dimensionals behind one side and then the liquid glue or glue dots behind the other. So bah! All right, excellent. So now we'll just tuck this. Obviously, we don't want to cover up any of the word. So just be very strategic about where and how we're doing that. And then, boom. That's a stunner. That is a very beautiful card. Now, as always, you can further embellish to your heart's content. I would maybe put, oh, I don't know, something stuck to it. A little Stella on the leaves or something like that. But seriously, this is so beautiful. Any additional things you want to do to it, great, but I'm ready to pop that one in the mail. Okay, the second card. Okay, so here we have our leaf card. So let's get all these pieces. We need 3 chocolate metallic leaves. Need 1 of each of these. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. And then, oh, okay, so yeah, the recommendation was to mount 2 stamps on at the same time. I just did all 3. Obviously, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, wishing you the happiest of days. Okay, and then the ribbon. This beautiful grosgrain ribbon. They should sell this. This is just stunning ribbon. Who knows? Maybe they will. Okay, so we got the stamping done. Then we are going to take, wishing you the happiest of days, we are going to stick the ribbon behind it. Where is my tear and tape? Oh, ha. Okay, so if you don't have tear and tape, that is a-okay. But tear and tape is definitely the adhesive of choice when it comes to ribbon. Thank you for the reminder, Sandy. I am so bad at that. I need to get better. So if you could take a minute to like the video, share it with a friend who would like to see it, that would be so helpful. Okay, so we're gonna put the tails down. Okay. Now, this ribbon, it seems as though the ends are already, I don't know if they're burnt off, but I mean, that's what I used to do with ribbon, was burn the edges so that they don't ravel. But they look as though they are treated and shouldn't be in jeopardy of raveling, which is excellent. Now, they showed some illustration on the instructions on how to place the ribbon using glue dots, which is totally fine. But I went ahead and used tear and tape instead. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna finish with tear and tape. Okay, then the leaves. The leaves are going to get dimensionals. So we are going to put 2 dimensionals behind each of the individual leaves, and then 4 and 3. Don't know if there's a reason why. Oh, because they kind of overlap. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 on each of these. Okay, then on these leaves, they look to be the same except for I think different colors, which of course you can't see from the back here. So one of them we are going to run 3 dimensionals behind, just straight across the back. And then the other one we're gonna do 3 dimensionals and 1 up top. I don't think that could have anything to do with overlapping. So I'm honestly just gonna put 4 on both of them because I don't want, just kidding, just kidding. Take that back. So one of them has 4 and one of them has 3, and I'm guessing it's because we're gonna tuck one of the foil leaves. Hello, Sherry, thank you so much for joining. So let's see if that in fact is the case. Okay, so I don't know where to begin other than to just tear the dimensional backs off and just dive in. So that's what I'm gonna do. Ah. Everything's getting stuck to me. Oh goodness. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a trying to figure out exactly where and how these go. Put that one there-ish. Put this one there-ish. And then we've got chocolate and chocolate and oh goodness. Okay, so that one, I don't want this one sticking out too far, and I don't want it, I'll put that there. Okay. Then we will flip this bad boy over. Oh boy. So we definitely want the ribbon going there. And I've got it completely backwards. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the ribbon where I want it. And then I'm gonna flip this over and put that where I want it. So that was a little bit of a messy chaos. I'm actually gonna even move it up a little more. Great intention on how to get it where we want it, but it just didn't work out. I must have turned it as I flipped it, not quite sure. Whatever I did not yield promising results. So what I ended up doing was just laying the ribbon where I wanted it placed, sticking that down, and then sticking the sentiment on top of it. Oh, thank you so much, Deb. I am so blessed. And hello, Sherry. I am so blessed to be a part of this amazing network of people. It's been a roller coaster of like 10 years, and I've really ridden the highs and kind of fallen into the dumps and the lows every once in a while. And I'm just so thankful for all of the support and love that all of you guys show me. This has always been a highlight of my month, to come join you making kits or paper pumpkins and just really dive into the projects, get my mind recentered. Crafting is an outlet for me, and I am so excited to not only be able to provide that outlet for other people as well, but also to join in on this community and really help it blossom. So thank you all for all of your well wishes and support. I do very, very much appreciate it. Okay, so here is card number 2. Very pretty. And then last but certainly not least, we've got card number 3, which is our corn card. So let's bring these pieces in. Okay, so for this card, we've got the stamping done. Okay, that was the one I was going to skip. Oh, come on. Punch these out so I can throw away the extras. Oh, come on. We're stuck. Okay, I'm going to keep that just for good measure because it's cute. And I'll keep this one even though it's got a little blooper on it. The fox is so cute. It is. It really, really is. All right, let's see what we're going to make out of this. So we are going to burnish the card base, which is going to be a horizontal card. We are putting dimensionals behind everything. This card is going to shout at us. Generous with the amount of dimensionals. I love to see it. Now, yes, we are using mini dimensionals, which makes a difference. But maybe Paper Pumpkin has been listening to me. We don't want to be stingy with our adhesives because we don't want our projects to fall apart. Okay, then flip all of these over. 4 dimensionals on the back of the sentiment. 3 on each of the pumpkin and the fox. Whee! Okay. You're gonna get my DNA in these projects. Okay, now we want to take all of the dimensional backs off. There are so many dimensionals. But I'm not complaining because that is definitely one of the things that, you know, gives your card that extra wow. Oh, I even forgot. I was supposed to do 4 on the back of this. Whoopsies. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is flip the mat over and get that centered on the card base. Then we will add each of the 3 elements. There's no overlapping, this one's kind of just the back to basics, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, so we want to make sure it's not upside down. That would be like thing number 1. Okay. Then we've got the thinking of you. That's going to hang off the side a little bit, but it's not going to go all the way to the edge of the card. I love that little, it's very intentional placement, and I love what that does to the card. Put our pumpkins at the base, and then our fox over here. I'm telling you. Can it get much easier than that? It really, really cannot. Okay. So let's bring all of our cards back together. And this is always the hardest part of the show. Which is your favorite? I know which my favorite is. I'm not going to tell you yet. I have a feeling it's going to be the unanimous vote, but I could be wrong. So what are our feelings about these cards? Based on the feedback of people reaching out and asking for kits, I have a feeling that it is a well-received kit. I love it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Number 2. Okay, so the leaf card is receiving... Okay, we've got Sherry voting for number 1. So yeah, we've got the middle one coming from Susan. So yes, my favorite is the middle one as well, but I do also like the thankful one. The thinking of you card, yes, the fox is cute, but I don't know, it's just not necessarily speaking to me. And that's why I'm going to use those pieces for my alternative. But really, I'm wondering what I'm doing with my alternative, because sometimes the easiest alternatives, and I hate to say this because this is not to sound negative in any way, shape, or form, but when a kit is not good, like, and oh man, that sounds so negative. When a kit doesn't speak to me, that's how I should say it. It's easier to make alternatives because you're kind of trying to like make it something that you like. Well, I'm a fan of this, so I don't even know what I should do. So I'm gonna put these up as my inspiration, and then I'm going to use, so this printed card base, I'm going to use it like DSP. What I'm going to do with it, well, I don't quite know yet. Oh, okay. So I just noticed that my scoring was maybe a little off, so I got a little bit of ink on the inside. Totally not a problem. But if I would have put a piece of scrap paper in here, I wouldn't have gotten any stamping hanging over the edge. Okay, so wow. Wow. Okay, so Holly has made 15 cards so far and has more to make just from this kit. I like to cut my card bases in half. I agree. That is my number one favorite thing to do, is when they have a printed card base, to just cut it and put it on a, in this case, either vanilla, sometimes basic white, sometimes basic beige. But then you get all of that additional real estate to work with for other cards. So I agree, that is one of my favorite things to do with our kits, is think outside the box and use the pieces in other ways. So speaking of which, usually I like to use the envelopes as well. So we've got, let's see here, which envelopes go with which cards? So we've got the Cajun Craze goes with the tree card. The Timid Tiger goes with the leaf card. And then the Pecan Pie goes with the Foxy card. I don't know if I'm going to use those elements or not. We will see. And then also for this card, this is the, oh goodness, Circle of something. Let me go grab the dies. Circle of Season dies. Now this die add-on, they've been doing for Paper Pumpkin for the past couple of years, maybe? And it has really helped me level up my alternative ideas. So, such a huge fan of that. I love that it goes with all 3 of the kits in the quarter. It's such a good deal. I think it's about $12 and really helps you level up not only the Paper Pumpkins, but also gives you a lot of opportunity in other places. Like, obviously there's a very universal dies and you can use them for a lot of things. But what I plan to do is I'm going to use this. I'm going to die cut. So there's hello, there's some leaves, there's this ambiguous shape that can either be a strawberry or an acorn. So I'm going to use it as some, excuse me, use it as some acorn pieces. And I don't know, I may or may not use the leaf as well. Okay. And then of course the circle's a great element as well. And the hello, can't go wrong with that either. So this is the same size as the Wishing You the Happiest of Days, which I loved. Of course, it won't have the foil around it, but it will have this beautiful stitching. So bear with me as I go to get the machine, and then we are going to get designing. All right, while I was out and about, I decided to get some liquid glue too, because I was, you know, starting to get itchy without my fix. Sorry, I like liquid glue. It is my adhesive of choice. But, you know what? I also need to get some ribbon and embellishments. I will say I'm pretty sure at least this ribbon is retired. So if you love it, I'm so sorry. Don't hate on the messenger. Okay. I am so inspired. I am, wow, very much a fan of what we got going on. So not sure what my color scheme is going to be, but I can almost imagine that I'm going to be using vanilla. So I'm going to grab some vanilla and get that trimmed down into a card base so that I can start envisioning what we're doing here. So we are going to cut at 4 1/4 and score at 5 1/2. When I am designing, it's all the little details. I like to think about things like, I don't know, it's not an unusual way for a card to open, but it just seems, in my opinion, to give it a little more detail, or the impression of attention to detail, by being a top open card. I could be so very wrong about that, but that's just my feeling. Okay, then I am going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and have a circle. I don't know what color it's going to be. Again, it might be vanilla or beige. Uh-oh, uh-oh, where's my acorn? Okay, so our color scheme is crushed curry. Sad thing, there's only one leaf. So if I want a bunch of leaves, I might be die cutting a lot. So, okay, let's see here. I need pumpkin pie. Crushed curry crumb cake. Where's my Cajun? Cajun craze. There's pecan pie. That's another good one. And if you have retired colors, copper clay, we had pebbled path. All of those are great options for this very fall color scheme that we got going on. Now, for an acorn, I feel like pecan pie with maybe an espresso top. Early espresso. Oh, good. There's all sorts of scraps. Let's see. Do we have some pecan? We do. Okay. And then, let's see here. Do I want? I think I'm going to go ahead with the vanilla. Okay. So I was talking about retired colors. I was never a fan of wild wheat, but wild wheat would be a very appropriate color in this color scheme. Not trying to be a hater, it was not my favorite color. That might fit, but it might also be a tight squeeze, so we'll see. I am probably going to try to max this. Might even try putting a leaf on there because I have this feeling I'm going to want more leaves than I have. So I have a feeling Cajun craze. There's no scraps of Cajun? Oh, just kidding. This is a card base. I don't want to cut a card base, but I'm sorry. I need Cajun craze. All right, so we'll put a leaf on there. Oh yeah, this is definitely not gonna fit. I need a bigger piece of vanilla. Oh, lo and behold, there's vanilla. I keep missing out on the scraps. They're just hiding on me. So I'm going to really piece this together so that I can get as many things on one pass as possible. Especially knowing that I'm probably going to, oh, wait. Little miss. I'm assuming Holly's talking about wild wheat because, man, that just was not my color. But I could absolutely see an instance like now where it could be useful. Dang, I kind of butchered this piece now. Hopefully I can still fit two on. Okay, now we need the top. Pray that nothing shifts. Oh, like that? Okay. Oh my goodness, and it's magnetic, so it's sticking to the scissor. Right. Don't let anyone tell you that crafting is not a workout, okay? So Deb is putting together the Sweet and Spooky treat boxes. That was such a fun kit. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's poke all of these pieces out. Oh, man. These dies. Wow. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. I don't even own these dies, but I'm definitely going to be ordering them. These are too good. Okay, so I feel like I'm going to want at least one more acorn. So we're going to do that. And then we are definitely going to want more leaves. So we'll put another one of them on. This is these plates are so curly. Okay. Should be using my take your pick tool. They make these tools for a reason. Okay. Oh no. She shifted. So, rather than just throw it away, I'm gonna trim it so that it looks like it might have been intentional. Oopsies. Okay, now I have an absolute disaster in front of me, so let's get some stuff out of the way. I anticipate that I'm going to be die cutting some more, but let's get a feel for where we're at, and then we'll go from there. Okay, just due to what we have included, I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right away, because I feel like my best option is going to be to use this wishing you the happiest of days. Is that what it said? Yes, happiest of days. It's basically made for this circle, so I can't imagine using anything else. Okay. Love that. Oopsies. So if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, or if you are on a month-to-month and or looking for the place to get your paper pumpkins, please consider subscribing through me. I've got my business up and running. We're ready to go, and I would love to have your support on a monthly basis. Like I said, I'm working on, not quite there yet, but I'm working on creating kind of like an incentive to join my paper pumpkin compared to someone else. And it's going to include some things like the alternatives and some PDFs and all that good stuff. So I would love for you to join me on this adventure. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that glue was ready to go. So we're going to scoop up a little bit of that. Oh my, this reminds me of yesterday. So, art class. These kids were taught in preschool, a dot is a lot. I don't know how many times I said that yesterday. And the funny thing is, it didn't make a difference. There was one piece of artwork this morning that has been drying since yesterday, since lunchtime yesterday, that is still wet. Oh my goodness. Crazy. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, a dot is a lot. I got a little too big of a dot. All right, now I'm going to open this ribbon. Just go ahead and I'm going to use this. Now, I haven't decided for my card base whether I'm going to have it edge to edge. I really think I'm going to, because I really like it like that. So So I'm just going to weave this back and forth. Ah! Grab my ribbon scissor. Oh, I did a really bad job positioning that. It's like, why isn't it sticking? Well, because there's no additional tear and tape behind there. Okay, good enough. Bring in our dimensionals. I'm just gonna start sticking things down and sending it up with a prayer that it's gonna work out. So I'm gonna put this down in, okay, before I do that, I should trim this. I really think, I'm not gonna glue it down yet, but I really think I'm just gonna put this right edge to edge. What do we think here? I hit the ground running, but now I've faltered just a little bit. So the other thing I was thinking of doing, which maybe I'm gonna do. This one might be too gluey because it got glue all, I don't know how I did that. So if that's too gluey, I might end up needing to, you know, not quite. But I'm gonna tear here. So we'll see how this works. I love the torn edge look. So we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna put that there, and then I think I'm going to tear roughly in there. Oh man, I like that. Now, do I add some texture to that? I think I will. So, where are my sponge daubers? You could also use blending brushes. I think I'm just gonna lightly add some color and texture. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay. Now that there's not much on it, I think I'm going to get a little more aggressive. Okay, let's see what I think of that. Oh yeah, I'm a fan. Okay. And I think I'm going to put my acorns down here. Ah! That sticky one is really getting me. I should just cut out a new one, but that would almost be admitting defeat, and I just can't do that. Okay, then I feel like I want a bunch of leaves. You know what I should have done? It's not too late. Stamp some leaves. It's not too late, but where are all of my supplies? Thank you, Sherry. It is kind of a wow card. I pray I can pull the last pieces together. Oh, man. Yes, please. What? Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's upside down. Okay, that's amazing. I'm a fan of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and just stick this down. I think it's going to work out. I have faith that it's going to work out. So a dot is a lot. Okay. Now, oh my goodness, glue is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, I'm gonna double stack this guy because I feel like I want the, not pine cones, acorns to be dimensionalized, but on a different layer. I'll put one in the middle too because I think that adds up to about a dimensional. Good golly, Miss Molly. Okay, now let's put some dimensionals behind the acorns. I think this, oh, okay. I think this guy was here-ish, and then this guy was, okay, wait. I forgot that glue is the gift that keeps on giving, but so is glitter. Are you not so serious, Mary? Oh, goodness. Now that we have the Stella pen, I don't use glitter almost at all in my life, but I do love things that sparkle. I do like glitter glue too. I should say that. Okay, I feel like it was something like this. That was there, and this was maybe, I don't know, here? Is that okay? I'm not quite sure. And now I want some leaves. So what do we do with these leaves? Maybe I don't want leaves? Like, I feel like I want leaves. I think I'm going to struggle with the fact that there's only one size and style. Also, while I'm sitting here thinking, I need to try to get rid of some of this glue. Oh my goodness. I think that does it. I think that's okay. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, thank you, Deb. I feel like I'm like right there, but not quite. So what did I bring over for embellishments? I just grabbed the things that were on top, so I don't know if this is gonna work out. So we've either got this, that looks great, or this color looks really good too. Okay, great. I'm gonna maybe not, oh, I could put the leaves on the inside. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, let's do some gems. Do I introduce another color by doing that, or do I just stick with what I... These are the ribboned, pecan pie ribboned adhesive backed dots. I'm gonna go with them. I'm stressing. Oh, come on, there we go. They don't show up much. But maybe just enough. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, man. Come on. I can't get my embellishments to work with me. I'm gonna try a bunch of embellishments. I don't know, something like that. I'm getting flustered, guys. Ah, come back. Thank you, Holly. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, something about this just is not quite working right, so we're going to... All right, something like that, my friends. So the corn card was not my super duper favorite. No, it was not terrible. It wasn't terrible at all. But now, through the power of creative thinking, we've got this beautiful alternative. We didn't waste the leaves. Look at this. Wishing you the happiest of days. Ah, I love it. Okay. That's an alternative. So, we didn't compromise anything. If you wanted to make the, oh goodness, let's find our workstation here. I'm always so afraid that I'm gonna lose a die, so let's not do that. Okay.
Do you need some glue? Because I took it from over there.
You did take it. I found
It's
some
sitting right
somewhere.
here. It was me. I never replaced it.
Oh, look at that. It's super cute acorns.
I know.
Oh, whoa, though. That's even, I like that one even better. Tyler will go
Well,
ham
this
over
is
that.
the alternative.
That's the
So
alternative.
these
Oh,
are the kit cards.
I love the
1, 2,
tree.
3.
Like
I know, isn't that
the die
great?
cut is so cool in that. I didn't know what these look like.
I
I don't
know,
know if
and
I have
look
any
at-
left. The metallic.
Yeah.
Very cool. I know that there's two back here, but I think one's Mindy Hall's and one's somebody else's.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
there were
think-
2 people that inquired.
You had it. Julie
Yeah,
Block
someone.
was
Yep.
thinking,
So
she
there were
had
2
it
people
if-
that inquired, and I said just to reach out to you, just to put them in the queue.
Yep, put 'em in the
but
queue.
that they're probably
Yeah.
already spoken for.
Correct.
So yes, anyways, oh no, that was not the ribbon scissors. Let's put these in the correct spot. So here are our 1, 2, 3 beautiful cards from the kit. Here is our alternative card, and thank you, Holly. Yes, we just fly by the seat of our pants, and this is what we came up with this time. Oh, it's hanging off the edge a little bit. So, thank you so much for all of your mental support, emotional support. I love it. It was helpful. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us for Paper Pumpkin September 2025.